Crafty Friends. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. My name is Robyn Pitts with Sir Chauncey Rocco Creative Designs. Fall is just around the corner and I can't think of anything that says fall better than pumpkins. Today we're going to make this beautiful 3D pumpkin box. I created this using a digital file that I purchased on Etsy from the Cutting Room Designs. I will be sure to include a link in the description box below. This makes a wonderful centerpiece or the perfect gift for fall. This measures 9 inches tall and 8 inches wide, and you can take the top off and fill it with fun goodies. As you can see, it's quite sizable. I decorated the lid in pretty fall floral sprays. We've got pine cones and gourds. We have glittered pumpkins and acorns. And then I finished it off with this beautiful ribbon. We have this brown and rust metallic ribbon and then a canvas ribbon in the back. But I think that looks so beautiful. Now this was not only easy but extremely cost effective. All of the flowers that you see here came from the Dollar Tree as well as the ribbon. To add visual interest to this pumpkin, I decided to use fun textured paper as opposed to the traditional orange pumpkin color. Now that we've reviewed this project, I'm going to grab my material so we can start making it. I'll be right back. I have gathered my materials for this project. We will be using the 12 by 12 paper collection. It's called The Story of Fall by Lori Whitlock. I really love this collection. It's just so fun and I love the warm cinnamon spicy colors. I am using this craft core paper by Tim Holtz, and this is called Shattered. I purchased this a few years ago at Tuesday Morning and it came in a set of like 25 sheets, so I love to break this out every fall, so this is perfect for a pumpkin. And I'm also using a sheet of 8.5 by 11 110-pound craft cardstock. Last but not least, I'm using my favorite glue, Art Glitter Glue. It dries clear, it dries fast, and I think it is a crafter's perfect companion. In the cutting file, you will receive a set of directions, and it walks you through step by step, and it's pretty easy. I have cut out all of the pieces that we need to make this pumpkin box in Cricut Maker. You will have 8 side panel pieces, and these have the little tabs on the side and you can see the perforation marks. You will have 8 different decorative panels. You will have the base of the pumpkin. These 2 pieces make the lid, and this is the decorative element for the lid, and then these last 2 pieces will make up the stem. So let's start making this pumpkin. To make the pumpkin base, I have grabbed the 8 side panels. I'm going to set this aside, and you'll notice that there are tabs all along the side here and there are score marks here. These score marks simply help the pumpkin sides curve better. So I'm going to go ahead and fold in these tabs just like so. And we're going to take another piece and we're going to line it up just like this. So you want this tab to be glued to this piece here. And you want to make sure that the edges are lined up and that there is an almost straight line between these bottom score marks here and this panel right here. So let me grab my glue. And if this is the first time that you are making a 3-dimensional project, I suggest that you only glue 1, maybe 2 tabs at the most, just so that you can get the hang of it. And what you want to do is go ahead and curve this panel here, and this one as well. And you're going to do this to all of them. We're going to line these pieces up just like so. And you want to glue this right up to the score line, not over. Give this a second to get a strong hold, because this will hold the entire piece together. Once you have the first piece attached, you can turn it over and glue down the next tab. You want to make sure that you get glue all the way to the edge of the tab. Okay, I'm just going to hold this just like so. As you glue each of these tabs going up, you're going to have to curve your paper in. So I'm going to add some more glue here to glue the next tab down. And you'll notice I'm turning this left piece in so that it starts to create a little curve. And you want to make sure on the opposite side that you're using your fingers to press the tabs against this right piece here so that there's a nice strong hold. Okay, we can move on to the next tabs. Okay, and this is coming together nicely. And you want to just take your time with this. And then you want to move on to the next few tabs. And you can see that it's got a nice curve there. I'm going to fold these tabs in. And I'm going to take the next piece, curve this a little bit, and then we'll start at the bottom. I find it's easier to start at the bottom. I'll just spin these in while I'm at it. And again, you want to make sure you line these pieces up so that the score lines match up, and there should be a little triangle on the bottom right there. Okay. I'm going to add on some more glue here. And then glue on the next two tabs. Move on to the next two. And again, as you're going up, you are slightly curving the panels. And we've got our last piece here. I'm going to glue on the rest of these 5 remaining pieces, and then we will be ready to put on the decorative panels. I've gone ahead and glued together all the pieces. We have one more piece, and this piece is going to be a little bit tricky because you've got to maneuver the paper in such a way that you'll be able to get to these tabs. So like we did for the first 2 tabs, we're just going to place glue here to anchor this first tab down. And then we're going to work our way up to the other tabs. I'm going to do 2 at a time. And as I go up, I'm pushing on the tabs beneath it so that it gets a strong adhesion to this panel. And because there's a lot of pressure on the panels now that it's in a full circle, you may have to hold this a bit longer for it to attach. We have all of the panels attached, so now we need to close up the pumpkin. And we're going to do that just like we've done for the previous tabs. So I'm going to put glue here. This is going to be a little tricky because you've got to maneuver your fingers underneath the pumpkin. So we're going to line this up right here. Let this get a nice strong hold. And then we're going to turn this around, and you're going to have to put glue on the tabs from the inside. So I don't know if you can see this, but inside the tabs are open. So I'm just going to put my glue bottle in there and attach each of the tabs. You can get your hand there easily. And because we've already got a nice rounded pumpkin shape, I'm going to go ahead and add more tabs in and just slide these pieces into place. I'm just pushing the tabs all the way in. Okay, go ahead and put more glue on. Now we have our pumpkin assembled. Let's go ahead and put the bottom on. So I'm going to turn this over, and I folded down these little tabs here. And then you want to grab this piece here, and we're going to glue this. I'm going to glue one tab and attach it so that there's a nice secure hold. Make sure it's lined up right to the score line. Give that a few seconds to hold. Then I'm going to go to the opposite side and glue this tab down. And then I'm going to glue down the rest of the tabs. Just like so. Now we have the bottom glued on to our pumpkin. We can turn this over and we can start to add on our decorative panels. I've gone ahead and distressed each of these panels using my Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. I've organized the sequence that I want each of the papers to go in. So I'm going to use this pretty orange, this fun panel with the woodland creatures, and then this pretty brown background with the orange swirl. So I'm going to put this to the side. Now what we're going to do is glue these panels down just on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to glue it to the first score line here. And then I'm going to glue it to the bottom, just like so. Okay, and there should be a nice little curve. So let's start gluing these down. I'll put the first panel down. Give that a nice little hold. And then we'll glue the bottom panel down. And you want to make sure that you don't glue the entire panel all the way to the pumpkin. And this should line up just to the bottom, just like so. Okay, we'll move on to our next one. I love this paper. I think it is so cute. I'm going to put this right next to the one that we just glued down. Make sure it lines up. Okay, and we're going to put that right on the bottom here. So each of your panels should have a nice little curve. Now I am using a fun fall paper, but you can make this really spooky by using Halloween paper. I think that would be really fun. Put our next piece down. See how easy this comes together? This is a really fun project to make, and there's so many different things that you can do with this pumpkin. Here's our last piece. So now let's put this aside and we are going to make the lid. So we have this piece here and this piece, and what we want to do is fold along the score lines, and then this tab we're going to glue just like so. Grab my art glitter glue and get it lined up. And then we're going to take this piece and glue it right in the center on these tabs. So we can just start adding glue on each of the tabs. And so you want to add this flat edge right up to the score line. And your lid will be slightly curved. You can turn it over and press down on these tabs. And then you want to grab the decorative piece. This isn't scored, but this is going to fit on the top just like so. Should be a perfect fit. I'm going to put the glue on and line it right up to where that centerpiece is. I'm going to glue on the decorative piece for the top and make sure the edges line up just like so. It should be a perfect fit. I'm going to take a little bit of distress ink, put on the edges here just to finish off. Okay, and now we can make the stem. So you want to grab this piece and the circle. You want to fold along the score lines. We're going to curve this piece around and glue it just like so. You want to make sure you give this some time to hold because the paper is thick and you're trying to make it into a circle. Okay, and you want to bend in these score lines on the top. And you're going to attach the circle to form the top of your stem. You will need to work this a little bit to break down the fibers and to get it to attach. Okay, so I'm just going to start gluing on one side. Just hold that down for a bit. I'm going to put a little more glue on the other sides here. And as I said, you have to take your time with this. So our stem is now completed, and it's going to go on the top of our lid, just like so. There are two little tabs here that will glue onto the top of this, but before I do that, I do want to distress it. Also in this file, you will get 2 leaves. I'm not going to attach the leaves because I want to attach some other floral stems to it. I'm just distressing this just to give it a nice color. I'm going to put some glue on these little tabs here and attach it right in the center of the lid. I've glued the stem onto the lid, and now we can place it on the top of our pumpkin, and this is our completed pumpkin. I love the way this turned out. Now we can begin decorating. Let me show you some of the items that I've gathered. I have these glittered pumpkins, this pretty fall spray. We've got some gourds here. We've got these little flowers and then some pine cones, and I have assorted ribbon. Now I'm going to speed up the video, add some music, and let you see my creative process for completing this pumpkin. I'll be right back. Completed my pumpkin, and I just love the way it turned out. This is fast, it's fun, but it's also cost effective. We use these beautiful floral sprays from the Dollar Tree as well as the ribbon, and I love the use of this textured paper. And inside, again, you can fill it with lots of fun goodies. This concludes my review of my 3D pumpkin box. Hopefully I've inspired you with some fun and creative ideas. If you like this video, please take a moment to leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that little bell so that you will always be notified each time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now, and happy crafting.